we are back. How you guys all doing? This is Paranormal Unplugged, coming from the wonderful Hoover House. And
Why is there a mouse arrow on my head?
I don't know. I'm pointing at you. I'm just going to scratch your head there. I'm Kevin.
I'm Arnold.
That's Arnold over here. So we are back. So we're going to do a little recap here for you guys tonight. So welcome in. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Battlefield Bash that we had going on here. What,
It was the biggest one yet.
2 weeks ago, a week ago?
Yeah, biggest one yet. The hardest one to do, to get done. A lot of changing, different venue. A lot of things to get used to. Things that are going to be changed next year. Because you find out after you do a new venue, the space you have, what works, what doesn't work. And we're going to be doing a lot of changing on certain things. Otherwise, a lot of things happened at the Bash. A lot of good things, a lot of things that were said to me, which I'm very thankful for. For those who've been sending me text messages, I greatly appreciate it. There was a boycott against the Bash, which I found out at the Bash, which someone slipped up on the hater side and said, "Oh, I thought we were all boycotting the Bash." I put that post up from that person. They made a website about the Bash.
Yeah.
A fake website, which now
is down.
People don't believe I have a lawyer. This is my lawyer. I covered the paper so that there's people mentioned in this, so I can't.
I'll bring it up to the camera.
I can't show them. No, you don't have to show them. It's here. They can believe me or not. They'll see down the road. Right now, the Bash is not only working with this lawyer, but we had to meet with the lawyer the other day, and we're getting a corporate lawyer involved because it's a 501c3. So now we have to go with a corporate lawyer, which does total different law. But yeah, whoever made the website is going to have fun with us when we go to court. But this all started over a post I made back. Actually, it didn't even start then. We found out through GoDaddy that the website they made was made on 2/24 of 24. And so with that was intent to do damage to the Bash when they released it in June. So they made a site, they released it in June. So it had really nothing to do. They tried using my post that I wrote on there, and then the person ran with it and said it was about them, and it wasn't even about them. Their name wasn't mentioned. There was nothing mentioned of sexual harassment or anything in that post, but they ran with it. They tried everything they could do to try taking the Bash down. Even with these emails and text messages I'm getting now on my phone, I get like 3 or 4 a day saying, "Hey, listen, this who sent me this," and blah, blah, blah. So it's all snowballing down to me. And I'm seeing the text message, who sent the text message to each person. And so I'm really shocked at some of the people that were involved in this. I didn't think were involved in it, but now I know they were. So I'll remember that. I'll just remember that. But anyway, getting back to the Bash, we'll take care of the law side down the road. A lot of things happened at the Bash.
The Bash was amazing. It was my first time actually being at the Bash, and I was there selling some paranormal equipment. I had the podcast going there. I don't know if you guys saw some of the podcasts that I had going on there. I had John Zaffis. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That
was John's first time at the Bash. He's never been there before.
He was amazing. He was just amazing. I enjoyed having an interview with him. He probably looked at me like, "Why are you asking me some of these questions?" I asked him questions that didn't pertain just to his career in the paranormal. I asked him how he got started, which I've never heard that before. And you got to check out the cast with that. We also had up John from Jersey Paranormal, the paranormal savior himself, which, he started asking me questions, was interesting as it was. And then we went in there, he asked me about how, what do we do Unplugged about? And I couldn't get into the stuff that we just.
Well, the thing with John and John, for those who know and who weren't there, John Ruggiero proposed to Chris at the Bash. This was set up back at Pennhurst. John and I were talking about it, and I said, "Hey, why don't you just do it at the Bash?" And he's like, it was going to be the right place to do, but it worked out. There was a lot of planning to that we changed it so many times that I wanted to do Bruno Mars. All right, we had a flash mob come out, and John wanted to do it more romantic. And I understand, hey, this is your proposal. Let's do it the way you want to do it. And actually, it worked out really, really nice. The song he picked was great. Um, the timing was perfect. I mean, we had it set like I said, when Santa Baby comes up, that's your cue to leave. And he had to leave and say he was going to the bathroom to Chris and get off the stage and get down the hallway. And I showed him how to get down the hallway and where to turn. And there'd be someone meeting him at the chair where he has to sit, or show him, hey, come this way down the hallway. Well, he got out in that hallway and there was no one there. I don't know what happened to the person, but anyway, he ended up finding the spot by listening to the music and found his way to the spot where he had to walk in. And I had Brooke Baker like try tell him that when to come in. She's waiting for me to give her the signal, and the DJ had switched directly right from Santa Baby right into John's song. I'm like, oh, and the time I went to tell John to come in, he already cued himself. He heard the song, so he started walking in already. So I didn't even have to tell him. He had perfect time. Now I'm like scrambling how to get the chair there, the mic there, but it worked out perfect. I'm sure it threw Chris totally off.
Chris, if you saw Chris's face, Chris had no idea what was going on because they were judging the karaoke contest.
Right.
They were up there, part of the judging team, and you can see Chris's face. She's like, "What the hell are you doing down there? You need to be up here. Get up here!" And he's trying to bring her down and around, and she doesn't want to go. And he finally gets her down there, sits in her chair, and then he takes the microphone, and she kind of looks at everybody, and she's looking at him, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's happening." And you can see the look on her face. She did not know until the time she sat down in the chair. It was great. It was amazing.
It's funny because I had this wig I got at the Pallets and Bin store down here. It's yellow in the front and black in the back. And running the new venue was so tiring because the building is so huge, from the Aspire to the Eisenhower. And, we had the mechanical bull going. We had the wrecking ball. We had the escape trailer. We had so much stuff going on, and vendors, and everyone has issues. You always run into issues. There's not a con out there, or I don't even like calling it a con, an event where people don't have issues. There's always an issue somewhere. Someone wants water, or they need some help, they need electric, they need something, or so we ran in a couple of things with that with the wrestlers, getting that together, and stayed what time the stage was showing up, and it was sort of a little fiasco, but it worked out. It ended up working out. I was dead beat. When it got done on Saturday, I couldn't keep my eyes open probably past 7:00. I came into celebrity bartending and met with Angie and Batman, and they were bartending, and Rochelle and Brian were winning, I believe, and Dave Schrader and John Zappas were all working together. So I went over and Angie says, "Go take their bucket. Go take their bucket of tips." So I ran over there, grabbed the tip money. Then all of a sudden Dave Schrader's like, "Bring that bucket back here!" And I'm like running back with the bucket. And after I did that, I just said to Angie, "Hey, listen, I gotta go to bed. I'm just tired because I knew I had to get up next morning." And so I missed all the fun stuff. I heard some people went to Saks Bridge at 4:00 in the morning and did some investigating and stuff like that. So it worked out really, really, really good. I had my grandkids were up on the stage during the wrestling, and that wasn't a setup. That was actually, they were picked by the wrestlers to do the 50-50 drawing. Cool. Yeah, so they did that out of there for the Samoan. They called my grandkids up, so it was pretty cool seeing them up there on stage and doing that. They're coming back next year. They're going to love it. We did some changing to the wrestling. We're going to change the pricing on it. It'll be a lot cheaper next year. Like you try things. I was doing what the wrestlers asked me to do, and they wanted to just raise money for the veterans, which is great. They were wonderful. They did a great job. Gene Snitsky, the Samoan, did good. Dylan Strauss with his entertainment, wrecking ball and thing. The axe throwing. I thought that would be used a lot more. I know it was hot outside, but I guess the people wanted to stay in. It was it was a little hot out there. The kids, I felt bad for, the volunteers, because a lot of them sat out there and waiting in the heat for someone to throw an axe. And I don't know, did you go with? No, John Larson went over with me, and we threw some axe, did some axe throwing. But we're going to change things up next year. Dylan and I had a big talk and saying, you know what? The mechanical bull, everyone that went to the mechanical bull had a back injury. So I don't think that was a wise thing to bring, because they were saying, no, I can't go on a mechanical bull because I have a back injury and stuff like that. But I seen people go on it with back injuries, and they told me when they fell like a feather. Like when they fell, it was fine.
It's not that hard. It's all
so, well, they control that. They're not going to fling you off if they know you have an injury. They weren't going to do it. So, but it was just fun to have that out there. So I'm thinking of a water slide next year. If we have the adequate water supply to the water slide, it would be an adult child. It's called a big Huna.
Okay,
it's huge. And this thing, you just slide down this water slide outside. And I figured if it's hot out, you can cool off to go on the water slide. You have to wear a bathing suit though. You can't go on there with regular clothes and slide down, you'll rip it, and then we'll have a big issue. But
the obsolete question is, you have to wear a bathing suit.
If you want to come on the show and talk about the bash, hit Kevin up on it in the chat. We will pull you on. He'll send you a link, and if you have any information for me to go along with this paper, that's fine too. You can text me, or you can come right on here and let the goose loose.
I mean, we had, I really enjoyed seeing all the different people walking around. I talked to quite a few people. We had some people that came from far away. There was people from other states. We had Stephanie, the medium. She was there. It was her first time to Pennsylvania and to the bash. And I do believe she's thinking about coming for next year too. And if you had a reading from her, I'd like to know how your reading went. How
yeah, Steph, I'm sorry. When we do a new venue, it's just like when we moved from the Pike Restaurant to the Wyndham. You have to get used to the layout and how you do it. You think you have the whole layout. Like I was there for Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was there for 7 days. So I knew the layout. I went to the hotel several times before we even started setting up the bash. But the problem was, once you have it all set up, everything changes. So and that's what happened. You get used to it. It doesn't run as smooth as you hoped it runs. But each year that you're going back there, it gets better and better and better and better. And like we had the Wyndham down pat. We knew.
Well, how many rooms did the Wyndham have compared to?
Oh yeah, well we had different rooms at the other end of the building. That's the other thing, running back and forth. The good thing was we had the golf cart there, which was great to get across the parking lot instead of running through the maze of hallways. It was just easier to go from entrance to entrance and get there quicker. Setting up the outside, we had a food court this year, which we never, we had the Wyndham was easy. Just come down the steps and the trucks were there, but the trucks are further out this time. They will be closer. They'll be more located in front of the Eisenhower this year coming up. So people don't have to walk. I want people walking in the heat. July is hard. We know that it's hot, and I think it's just easier to have people walk, closer. They don't have to walk all the way up to the Aspire. I mean, otherwise they had to walk all the way. If they were in the Eisenhower, where the ballroom was, they had to walk all the way through those hallways, through the Aspire, out to the food truck. If they want to stay in the air conditioning, you know what I'm saying? So this year it'll be down by the ballroom, and it'll be a lot easier for them to go out those doors that the where you unloaded your stuff for the vendors. You'll be able to go out those doors right out to the food truck. So it'll be a lot easier. There's changes. We got to do changing. It happens every time we do the bash. Every time we move venues, you got to change. You got to change and make it work. So we'll make it work.
I mean, there's so much new stuff that was going on this year that you guys never had before. I mean, you had an investigation.
Well, we had the most vendors we ever had too, and stuff like that. So,
I mean, you had the investigation, you had the more vendors, you had more things happening, and more people showed up. I mean, there's quite a few people there. I mean, a lot of people there.
I didn't realize how many actually showed until I actually got done with the bash and started seeing the posts and stuff like that. Because if you're running around, you're not looking at how many people are there. You're running around putting out flyers. Yeah. What's this person need? What's this person want? What's this person need? And you're going back and forth. I mean, some things are more important than others, so you have to take that. you get hit with 3 or 4 over the walkie-talkie. Hey, Steve, you're needed here. You're needed here. You're needed here. And you got to take a priority of which is more important at that moment and make that judgment. So,
and getting back to the celebrities that were there, I don't know if whoever is watching right now, if they went to the dinner. Dinner was amazing. Food is great.
Yeah, they loved the food. Yeah, the VIP dinner went off great. I mean, people loved it. I haven't heard a complaint about it. So I think that went really good. That's when I started enjoying myself. At first, I got the first break was at the VIP. I was actually stuck in a room with the cooks and with the DJ equipment. And if I known that, I would have had it. See, the DJ equipment was supposed to be in the room where everyone was set up, where everyone was having hors d'oeuvres and all that stuff. I was moved into the other room because that space was taken by people sitting there already, so I couldn't move it. So I said, all right, I'll just move into the room, which ended up working out great anyway. But I just had to wait now. So I'm like, John, can you hand us some of those cheese bites in there? Because we're starving in here with me and John McGinnis in there. And he was another person that was awesome to work with. John McGinnis, he always is. Getting the pictures for John and Chris when the proposal was coming. We had 2 cameras. And we figured we'll film this whole thing. We get these cameras up. And we never expected everyone to stand up when John came in. And when they stood up, they blocked the whole view of the cameras.
But there were so many pictures.
But there were so many cell phones out.
Yeah.
Cell phone videos that came out probably better than our video. It probably came out because they were right there at the front of the stage, which was great.
Stephanie said that dinner was great and she enjoyed everyone. She felt like she was welcome because I've known Stephanie from another place we were at, another thing we were at in Vegas, and we got to know her there, and we invited her out here to the bash, and she had nobody except for my wife and myself, and she's like, I can't believe how welcoming everybody was.
Right.
That's the difference about the Battlefield Bash. Is a family oriented thing. Everybody feels like family. Everybody feels like they belong.
You know, I see it every year. I see people.
It's amazing.
People that were fighting making up. And that's what I like about it. I seen that this year again. I seen people making up that haven't talked in years, and that's what's amazing about it is how people come together and we start working back together and say, let's cut the bullshit and let's down and talk.
I met some of your old cronies from a couple of your shows. They were funny.
Well, my whole old team was there. Our old
something else.
Yeah, Paranormal After Party was there. We were missing a couple members, but pretty much the main crew was there.
They're great.
Yeah, they're thinking of putting one more show together. I don't know if that's happening yet or what, but that'd be pretty cool to do one more episode. It's been, I don't know, 10 years.
Yeah, I think because I've been watching them on YouTube. So
no, it's not 12. It'd be 2015 we stopped. So yeah, almost 10 years. 2025 be 10 years, 9 years.
I mean, some of the people I've met there are just funny as can be, and it's like I enjoyed myself so much, not knowing a lot of the people there and getting to know all these people. I mean,
the variety of vendors that's why I was shocked at walking through and the different stuff they were selling and stuff was amazing. I mean, it wasn't all paranormal stuff. There was jewelry, there was
animals, toys,
vines, and stuff. Some of these people are really talented that make it. And the vendors are what make an event. The vendors and the stars that come out there and donate their time is amazing, and I thank them every year. This year was a little harder to thank everyone. I'm sorry if I didn't get to you because we were running. And I was just so wiped out after starting from Monday and going by Sunday, 7 days. It's pretty much unheard of. It's usually, except for Pennhurst. I give Pennhurst because I know Pennhurst, those guys work weeks before Pennhurst happens because I know they got to get tents up and stuff like that. So there's a lot of work there that these guys do to put that up because they have more. It's a huge place. When you got a huge venue, it's
triple the work.
It's triple the work. And my volunteers, I mean, I know, do we have some slip ups? Yeah, we're going to have that. I expected that because it was such a big venue. Stephanie and Lori, did they do a good job? Yes, they did. And Eric, they all did. They did to the best they could. I couldn't expect anything better from them because it's a different venue. If you're not used to the venue, you're not going to have everything down pat.
Well, it's
The
first
Wyndham
thing.
they had down pat because they were there for so many years that they knew exactly what we had to do. They'll get used to it. We'll get it down pat. It's just bear with us, folks. We're going to get there. It's
It's
we're
just
gonna
going to
get the
get
bugs
better.
out.
It's just going to get better and better. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's just getting better as it goes.
The good thing is, which was shocking for me actually, was we had our second date already for for next bash, and
Yeah.
Angie, as soon as she put the link out, we sold the Aspire out in one day. It was like gone. All the rooms are gone in one day. So
that's
yeah.
crazy though.
And I think there's 40 left, maybe less rooms in the Eisenhower already. I mean, it's like selling out so quick. Boom.
So that tells you one thing: that everybody enjoyed themselves.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, people are enjoying themselves. I mean, I'm going to skip ahead a minute here,
Yeah.
but I'm going to tell the celebrity bartending. That was funny.
Oh yeah,
That was
well,
amazing.
I saw part of it. I didn't see the whole thing. I mean, hopefully next year I'll have this more situated where I can spend more time with people. So our job, Pam and I's job at the bash, is to meet and greet and thank all the stars. I didn't get to do that, so I'm doing that now. If any of them watching, I want to thank you all for coming. It's been weeks. I'm a little under the weather. Some people did get sick while they were there. You're going to have something like that when people are traveling across the U.S. Things do come in. People do get a cold or COVID, whatever it might have been out there. I don't know. I didn't have COVID. I just had my allergies kick in when I'm outside, and I'm going from outside to inside, and it's really bad.
Wes.
So, and then the hair cutting for Shaylee, right?
Shaylee, Wes cut
Wes,
his,
I mean, it
shaved
was
his head, and then Russ, forgot Russ's
it was amazing what these guys doing at the bonfire. We brought all that wood.
and we didn't see it.
We didn't even see the bonfire. I never saw the bonfire. I went out like 2 days later, and I'm like, all the wood's gone. They burnt all the wood. The wood's gone. I guess they had a bonfire.
Yeah, they had it.
And John Larson said he was out there because he woke up the next morning. It was still burning. I guess they burnt it to like 4 a.m. And they must have enjoyed themselves around the bonfire. I don't know. I never made it out there. I was just so beat.
I know somebody said they were drinking blood of their I forgot she said it was, but she said she was drinking blood of somebody, of her victims. And I was like, oh, is that what you guys do around the bonfire at night? Okay, I'm glad I didn't go out there. So, but yeah, it was amazing. I mean, just we know.
True. Stephanie just put up there the peaches. There's so much to mention on here. I'm going to try to get into everything. So keep reminding me, Stephanie. I really appreciate that because I am still beat. This takes a lot out of you. I'm not getting any younger. Yeah, it's true. I'm not getting younger. And dealing with this and dealing with the attacks on the bash, going to have to run over to Chambersburg to the lawyer all the time is not fun, but it's got to get done. But yeah, the Peaches did a great job on the auction stuff. I mean, I want to thank so many people. I mean, we had a big air fryer brought down to Pam and I from Dina down here. So Deanna, brought it down to us, and almost forgot that at first. We're heading down to the event center, and I'm like, wait, we got stuff to store. There's a big air fryer in there, so we got that out there. Did we auction off that piece? Did that go in the auction, or is it?
Yeah,
that did. All right,
so
that went off.
The monolith.
I see. I was going crazy, so I don't even know if it made it out.
Made it out there. I don't know what it took, but it was the red and green one. That's the only one that'll ever be made of those colors.
Yeah.
So that was auctioned off. I know the person came by the booth and was asking about.
We'll give a TRM out next year.
So
I
mean, it was amazing to see the enthusiasm on everybody's products. I forgot his name, but the gentleman that makes the.
That's another thing. Yeah, sorry.
The box, what is it? The cigar box guitars.
Oh yeah, Big Jim.
Those are amazing.
He's awesome.
The work he does on those.
He's been a good friend for a long time, Big Jim. I worked with him when we were on Paranormal After Party. We worked in Baltimore at Edgar Allan Poe's house. Admiral fell in. He was with us over there. He's been just a good friend. And Wes Coleman, you're a great friend too, buddy. He was supplying me Coronas. I said, listen, why don't you go out and get me Coronas tomorrow? And never found Wes because I didn't have time to find him. I was just here, and here. And I come by. He goes, "You want another Corona? Come to my room." So I went up to his room, got a Corona, got to at least get one or two in me. But it was refreshing, believe me, after running around like that. But because I really can't drink because of my heart. But I'm allowed to have like one or two of them, and then not that I get drunk or anything like that, but it makes my ticker go off course, and I don't want that when I'm there. But let's see, I'm just seeing what Stephanie. Just keep reminding me, Stephanie. Yeah, there's people decorate. Jim Houston.
He's an animal.
He was that weekend. He was working his butt off. I mean, he was hanging lights like crazy. Todd was putting up lights too. Todd was great. I mean, John Larson, Key, my airbrush artist, came up and he came during the week and he was hanging lights with us too. He was there on and off. He was there with Brian Gill. Brian Gill's the one that takes all our photography for the vehicles that we do for tribute vehicles. He does all that. Jeff, I felt bad for him. Jeffrey, we are putting signage up for you next year. Bring your signs, but we're going to put more signage up. There's a map. So what we're doing this year, a lot of people, like, they couldn't find the wrecking ball. Not the wrecking ball. They couldn't find the mechanical bull and stuff like that because the building, you're not used to it. If you travel and you've never been there before, it's like a maze. So this year, I promise, when you walk in, you'll have a tri-field map. So when you walk in, you can grab the map. It'll show you where everything is on the map, and you can just follow the hallway, the map, and get
everything will be set.
Everything will be set.
So you'll have a set location that you'll be at.
Yeah. Jeff will not be in the back by himself this year. He will have the tattooist with him this year because we found out with tattoo just for fire code. I want to make sure there's nothing in the hallway this year. So what we're doing this year, we're using both ballrooms. Since we're not having the mechanical bull, that's going to open up the second ballroom to where the vendors that were out in the hallway will now be in the second ballroom, and there'll be some celebrities in there too, so that they're separated sort of. So everyone's like, I don't want to go to that ballroom. There's no celebrities there, So we'll have it mixed up. So it'll work out good. Go to both. You're going to want to go to both ballrooms anyway because you're going to want to see all the vendors.
And if nobody's seen it, Jeff's Ouija boards, he's got a collection. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just amazing. Some of the Ouija boards they had in there, it's like, holy crap. I didn't know they made them like that.
Yeah, so we'll have both ballrooms with vendors that allow us to bring more vendors in if they want to come. And we won't have to worry about stuffing people in the hallway. I just got to make sure that the hotel has enough tables to cover all those vendors.
So we should do a QR code with a map.
Yeah, well, that's Chuck Sanders is doing the map for us. So that's something I'll mention to Chuck. He may be on here watching right now. I'm not sure. Deb found it. It was worth the hunt. Yeah, I'm sure you had to find it because everyone was mainly at the Eisenhower House. That's where the big ballroom is. But now, since we're opening the other ballroom up too, that we'll have people down by Jeff's end too. And so we're learning. So
you went from a smaller venue to this bigger venue, and you're trying to make sure people didn't have to walk around. But now you're going to be able to expand it and have more vendors and more things going on,
right?
And know that some things didn't work this year. That
I might even have a car show this year. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm thinking maybe throwing a car show out there. But here's the problem with the car show. When you do a car show, I take up a lot of parking, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
Did you see the parking lot this year?
It was packed.
There was John and I rode around the golf cart. We couldn't find one parking spot. They were in the overflow parking on the grass too, where the trailers were, because that's how much people showed up. So
it was amazing the turnout that you had for this bash.
Yeah.
I mean, for everything that was said and done, and
it's that people turn around when I made my post and it was a joke and everyone ran with it and thought it was funny. Ha ha! This is a way that we can attack them, and they tried, they failed, and made videos and cried in videos and all that stuff, and how evil I am, and that their name wasn't even mentioned in the damn thing. So I don't understand why they even thought it was about them. But anyway,
Andy's asking you a question.
I am in talks with the owner right now on the Hoffman. We are going to try to see if we can get that back again. So there's stuff I can say, things I can't talk about on that right now.
Andy, for you, it's $1,000 a person per minute. Just saying, okay.
Yeah, so there's things there. Yeah, we're in works on that, but we got so much stuff going on right now that we have to get finished first before the next bash.
These guys finished up a bash and they don't even get to sleep. They just jump right back into it again.
Yeah, it starts the next day. As soon as we ended the bash, we had vendors calling, I want to be there next year. Can you send me the paperwork? And Pam's like, I don't even have the paperwork made up yet. So it's like, you know, you know what? I'm happy for that. I'm not ticked that people are calling saying, hey, can we vend? No, you know, all beans, go ahead. It's just give us a little time to get the paperwork to you. That's all. Generous people were this year. You know what, folks? I hope this happens next year a little. I'm going to bring this up. The first bash when we did for Dana's Wishes, the hallway was packed with gifts.
Last year, not this year, the year before.
The year before it was packed. I was a little surprised on the minimal amount of gifts that I actually thought that room would be packed. I mean, because we had it going down the hallway and all this last year and that. But I know the economy and everything else that's going on. You know, people have issues and stuff like that going on, bills to pay and stuff. So it's understandable. I'm just hoping next year I see that line of gifts going around that. I want it to go around that ballroom if I can. Or that one whole straightaway there, you know, even if it has to go out into the hallway would be great, like behind the movie screen and all that, you know, there was a good amount there, but I think we could have done a lot better with the amount of people that were there. I mean, but it is what it is. I appreciate everyone that brought a gift. You know, I put 4 gifts out there myself.
Yeah, we put some gifts out there.
So
it's just amazing to see the group of people that are there and how caring they were. You know, like you said, people didn't talk for a while are making up and talking and working things out. And that's just in itself is amazing to see because there is so much hatred in this world, and seeing the overflow of enjoyment that happened, you know, I mean.
Well, that's what cracks me up about the bash, but the people that are attacking it. You're attacking a charity. And the funny thing is, the charities are there. I mean, these ones that are talking this crap haven't gone up to the charities. They didn't show up, for one. They boycotted it, but they could have walked up and just talked to them. I mean, every single one of them are there. It's not like we're hiding something from the charities. They know the number that comes in. They know everything that's coming. And that's what John Buckland said, Batman. Batman's like, you know, come up and talk to me. You know, if you want to know some of my financial information, feel free to come up and talk to me. I'd be more than glad to hand it to you. And then I'm going to ask you for yours. So it's pretty funny how they do this stuff. It's just a way to, you know, one person hates one person. The thing in this whole field, this is how bad this field's gotten. No one contacts anyone. They just accuse someone and then everyone runs with it. But no one has the balls to come up and say, pick up the phone and say, hey, listen, did you say this about me? No, I didn't say this about me. Why don't you call the person direct? Why you go online and do these attacks? It cracks me up. It's sad what this field has actually become.
Well, that's what we discussed in our first couple of shows. We discussed this about people calling somebody up and saying, hey, can we talk about this? What's the problem? Let's work it out. Let's get things going and let's have things, you know, squashed. But no, people take it.
I got people on there. I mean, I watched some videos on there where people said, hey, I was going to come to your house. I'm like, oh, hey, you're invited. Come on up. I'd love to see you come out my front door. You know, don't make threats to me like that. You know, I don't want to hear that crap. I don't believe you. Don't scare me in any way. Your nicknames don't scare me. Whatever else, I don't care. I'm too old for that crap. But anyway,
and everything that everybody brought and did, it's greatly appreciated. I mean, the charities really enjoyed it. I mean, that was amazing.
The two old guys from Pennsylvania Wounded Warriors I don't even say two old guys, the two veterans is the correct way to say it. I apologize for saying that. Did I just do that on you?
Yeah, you did that.
Those guys were amazing. Sat down, talked to them, made sure they had water all the time. But if you sat down and talked to them, the stories they were telling me were just amazing.
Living history.
I like to listen to their stories. And then also Tim Shockey, who travels from all the way from Ohio with the Goblin Head. He's amazing. Sit down and talk to him sometime. He's something. His story he's going through problems. He's had issues, damage done to his lungs from COVID. So he's fighting that battle, and medications are expensive. Batman is fighting a battle against his disease he got hereditary from his dad, which they're all these medications these guys are fighting, these diseases are fighting is very expensive. No, they're not using the money for their medications. They are using it for the causes that they represent. So, but it's just sad to hear that. And then Shadley, on the other hand, I think they raised $4,000 for her, if I'm correct. I still got to get a hold with Dan and talk to him, see, because I still haven't caught up on everything. My trailer's still packed outside, so I still haven't emptied it since I got home. It's
funny because, I mean, you look at they had people shave their beards, their hair, they waxed their legs.
Russ Diver, yeah, and and Wes, I didn't get to see it. I missed it. Like I said, I was so beat and wore out. I went to bed. I missed all that fun stuff, but did see the videos afterwards.
Yeah, there's a lot of
videos. And the videos. It's always the memories that and it's good. I don't know, because I think when you see it online afterwards, you get to see it from all different angles. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty fun. Just like John and Chris's proposal, I got to see it from different angles. And I was like, oh my God, I look horrible in that video.
I got to interview Chris.
But you know what? Like Pam said to me, you look horrible because you were running ragged all day.
You guys.
And we went directly from the VIP dinner to where I had to go. I wanted to go get changed, and I was I couldn't get changed. I had no time to get into the VIP, from VIP to the karaoke, because I did not want to screw up John's proposal. So I threw this wig on my head to be a clown, and it went on backwards. About looking at my phone or camera to see how it looked, and I was wondering why everyone's looking at me laughing, but it was fun. It was fun. It goes so fast. That's the problem. When you're at the bash, people think it goes fast for them. It goes faster when you're running it, because time just flies going from one side of the building to the other end of the building. So you go from the Eisenhower to Aspire to Eisenhower. And then I got Angie calling me for a meeting during, like, I think we should do this. And then we're talking how we can make things a little better for the people while they're in the building, like water stations, where to put them, stuff, and so you're running back and forth. The volunteers going, oh, we're going to put a water station over here. They put one over here, one down by the veterans, so they didn't have to go far for water. So there's a lot of planning, but this year I think is going to be a lot better, because now we have it. The girls also the plans, all the volunteers saw all the plans where everything's going to be. I don't think there's going to be that many people outside like there were this year.
In the hallways.
And stuff in the hallways. So it'd be a lot easier. You have 2 vending rooms to go to instead of one. That brings people to the Aspire sides, the speakers and the Ouija boards and all that stuff. All that stuff gets to be seen. No issue. You'll have a map. So we're changing all that around. Just bear with us, guys. New venue. We have to learn it. That's all I ask, is give us time. We will correct it. We'll get it all corrected, so you guys can enjoy. Our thing is making it as enjoyable as we can for everyone that comes there. Raise as much money as we can for our veterans and different charities. Dana's Pink Wishes, H4H Foundation, and like we did Shaylee. There may be a new. Hopefully, there isn't. I don't wish any child ill, But if there is, we will help them, and that's what we're here for. So
it was getting to the podcast that I did during the time too. I did one at Chris right after that morning after she proposed to, and I was asking her questions. And the first question I asked her, I said, "So are you taking John's last name?" And she looks at me and she says, "Why wouldn't I?" And then I hear from John on their podcast. He turns around and goes, "Kevin, what is this? I didn't know anything. I'm watching the video on the way home, and all of a sudden I hear you asked the question and you got the answer. I didn't even know about the answer." And Chris goes, "Well, that's how it is." And John says to me,
"They're amazing people. They're both amazing. Bob and Gina are amazing people too. There's so many people out there that are just amazing that come there and help me and talk on the sidelines. You know, I got 2 other conventions that I'm friends with, and we work together. We all work together on, you know, different ideas and how would I do this? You know, do you have any? We give each other input, so it's like a family thing, and I think that's the way any convention should be. Any convention should be working together, putting input to help each other out instead of fighting against each other and trying saying, "Hey, I'm going to be number one, and you're going to be like in the can." Because that seems pretty much what they were trying to do to us, and they sit there and said, you know, it was disgusting. The post I put out, I think, was really disgusting that you attacked a 501c3 charity and tried making it a downfall of it. Because, you know, the thing they don't understand is you think you're hurting us. We were audited already, by the way. So if that's what you're trying to do, have us audited. We were audited for 5 years, Pam and I, by the Attorney General. You can't be audited by anyone better.
Yeah.
So the whole batch has been checked out already. Right? They tried that years ago, and they were trying it again this year because I got some text messages saying that they were going to try getting everyone to sign up to have an audit done. So all this stuff's with the attorney right now. So we have names and text messages and all that. So it's all going to come out at the end. That's disgusting. That's why I call it. 'Cause you know what? You're not hurting me, but you're hurting is Dana's Pink Bushes. So when you stop people and you try to boycott, those kids don't get gifts. All right. When you tell people not to come and the money doesn't come in, the veterans don't receive any funds to pay for their fuel bills, their car bills, anything else they may need for their house. Some are barely surviving because you know how our government feeds and treats our veterans as it is now. So you're taking away from that. And then you got John Buckland, who does all those child programs, bullying, that's why I call them bullies. Kids with cancer, which for those, a lot of people sit there and say, "Oh, Steve, we had a kid, Connor, pass away at our first bash, and he's well missed." And people say, I'm getting attacked on certain things with Connor, but the person that attacked me doesn't remember that when Connor had passed, the funeral home would not get the casket for him, which we had the casket made in Texas, John and I, and then all those caskets are flown up from Texas to an airport, usually Harrisburg or wherever the child's going to be buried. Well, Connor's came in and the funeral home wouldn't go pick it up. So we had to go pick it up in my, a friend of mine's truck. And we drove up there and got that casket and brought it to the funeral home 10 minutes before the funeral started. But that's what we do. But no, that's not good enough for some of these people. These people think, I'm a bad person. And I'm getting tired of it. And that's why I finally went out. I said, enough of this is going to end. It's all going to end now. And this is right now is hiring the corporate lawyer tomorrow. So we're going to have the corporate lawyer hit on there tomorrow and the other lawyers. And I'm settling this. It's you did the damage. You spoke your mind. You made that choice. When you made that website, you made that choice. And whoever involved is coming down with it. I mean, once one speaks, they'll all start speaking. That's well.
As the old saying goes, when the ship is sinking, all the rats start jumping.
And it's all records, like what my lawyer said. Everything's records. There's IP addresses, people who paid for the site. It's all comes out. It's all going to come out. So,
but on another happy note, we did have a lot of characters floating around the.
Yeah, there was a pizza man jumping around.
There's a pizza man. There's Mike Myers.
He was a hit.
He was doing lap dances. Don't know who that guy was. Do you know who that guy was?
I don't know how it got so crazy out there. I mean, when I walked in, It was like 3/4 away of celebrity bartending had happened for like 45 minutes already. So when I walked out there and I'm like, John Buckland's out there and like, we have overhaul things strapped on.
Yeah, the Batman.
His shirt was off.
Everything else on.
Santiago was out there. I think someone was lap dancing, or he was lap dancing. I'm not sure. I mean, it was funny as could be, and it's good seeing people relaxing and enjoying themselves. That's what you're there to do. Yeah, that's true, Felicia. We had the lady in karaoke dressed up with man parts. It's just dancing.
I had to leave. So.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Karaoke, everyone loves that. We had the most karaoke singers we ever had. The poor judges, they probably thought it was never going to end. Hey, Jerry.
You might have to split that up. You might have to split that up 2 nights, the karaoke next year, if you have that many people.
I'm thinking doing a runoff contest. So some people brought that up to me, saying that you get certain amount of singers, have a limited amount. All right. So if you sign up and you're signed in, and then we have a cutoff, then we have down to 3 singers, and then next night those 3 singers compete, and they get 2 songs each, and they get to pick their songs.
That'd be good.
So this way, we're not picking the first night. We'll pick the song for them like we do because it's fun just doing that. But the second night, if you're on a runoff and you're one of the runoff singers, I'd like to hear your voice and see exactly what you can do. So we'll probably do 2 songs where they get to pick their song they want to sing. The one guy that did, what's that, from Rocky Horror Picture Show? Oh, you weren't there for that. You had left.
I had to leave, yeah.
Barroom Blitz.
Oh, Barlin.
Were you there? Were you there when he did that?
No.
Oh God, he sounded just like the guy. He did an excellent job on that. That was like awesome.
Batman.
What's that?
Lap dance.
Sabrina said.
Sabrina, yeah.
And Dan was another helper. When names come up, I'm like,
Sabrina was talking about Mike Myers and Russ ruined elves for her. Did you see the video of the elf?
No.
Mike Myers was giving the elf a lap dance and was fondling his hat.
Oh
his
yeah,
foot.
yeah.
That was kind of
That's Russ was the elf, right?
Russ was the elf. Yes. Yeah, it was.
It's another thing too. Russ got his head shaved and his beard shaved. I never seen someone's hair grow back so fast.
I know.
His hair's growing back so fast.
The other day, he's like, "Look at me, my hair's growing back."
I mean, I'm going bald.
Hello.
I'm going bald, but I'm like, he comes with age though. But still, with him, it cracks me up because I'm like, dude, you just shaved your head, and your hair's already growing back. Your beard's already like a quarter way in already.
What his legs look like at the waxing done. He's gonna hate it because it's gonna grow back thicker.
Is it really?
If you pull the follicles out like that, yeah, that goes back thicker.
So
next year, Russ comes and he's got braids on his legs.
Yeah, but again, I don't know how many minutes we got left. We got 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes.
I just want to personally thank, and for Pam and I, is everyone that came, everyone that stood by our side, everyone that comes every year and supports H4H, Dana's Pink Wishes, and PA Wounded Warriors. I greatly appreciate you. We do. We mean it. The people that come know the bull that we go through each year. Every year this happens. We get some kind of attack on us. But that's what the field turned 12 years ago. Probably, I'm going to go back to as far as about 2010. I was working with Bob Christopher and all those guys back then. We didn't have this. We worked together. We all came out and said, hey, listen, can I send you a file? Can you tell me what you hear on it? I did that a lot with Flip too, because when Flip went around the show, I got to admit, Flip is very, very good at EVPs. That's what he's done his whole ITC. He's just amazing with it. Staticom is out now. Those guys are doing a great job with Staticom. Ron Lourdes, amazing. I'm amazed on what they came up with that. That's another show that's there, Staticom. But the field has changed so much, and I don't know if it's about who wants to get on TV and or who thinks they're better than someone else. And Jesus Christmas, just quit fighting, quit burning each other. Just end it. Get on the phone. Say, you know what? This is bull. Let's talk this out and talk your differences out. Don't go online and bust someone else's chops because you have a grievance with them, or you're just pissed because there's something they said you don't like. That's not what this field's about. The field's about working together and finding answers, and it's turned into something different.
Wasn't the field basically going in and helping people that had things happening in their house? You're supposed to find out what's going on and debunk things and make things better and help people out. I mean, that's how I know what I would like to do is find out if somebody has something, they don't have things happening in their house, they don't know what's going on. You go in and figure it out and figure out if there's an illness or there's some kind of gas in the house that's causing issues with people and they're seeing things, or they're actually something happening. That's what the field's about, not going around and cutthroat on everybody else going around. And that's done West Coast, East Coast, North, South. People are just jumping on it because somebody wants to get a better name for themselves. And that shouldn't be.
I talked to some of the stars that were close to us at our table. And they said the same thing, that just change in the field is actually disgusting, is what's happening right now. And, it's sad. We don't block anyone from the bash, just to let anyone know. There was no one that was blocked at the bash. The people that didn't show, they chose not to come on their own.
And that's it.
So, yeah, so they were not blocked. If I want to use the word boycott, they boycotted that on themselves, and they try using a post that I put up as their excuse to come. But
it's like I say to people, if you're reading stuff, if you're friends with me on Facebook and you read stuff on my Facebook page, I do things and say things that I don't care. I mean, that's my point of view, and don't take it seriously. I'll throw things out there, just jokes, whatever. And, if my political point of view is not what you like, then we'll talk it out. I mean, that's
why I came on tonight, to say my piece. They will not hear nothing else about this on any more of my shows. I got everything else being taken care of now, so that's it.
But we're in Hawaii. We forgot to tell you guys. We've been in Hawaii this whole week.
Yeah.
I mean,
They'd be thinking, you took the bash money. Look, you're in Hawaii. That'd be next.
Hey, look, my hand. Yeah, look.
Grab
into the back.
Can you grab a pineapple?
That's coconut.
Coconut. See, still not awake.
Is he? He's still there. He's still rolling around. But it was I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing next year's. And I've seen Pam and Steve work their ass off, and I got to see things on the inside that I don't think a lot of people get to see. I mean, it's amazing what these guys do.
Well, you know what? I'll say this right out there. I don't care if you hate me. I don't hate you. I don't have, no, you know what? I'm not going to allow hate into my body. I'm not going to hate people. I'm going to say we had disagreement. That's what I'm going to say. And these disagreements can be settled very easily. But it is what it is. Oh, Bob just put up. So the 2025 Bash, Battlefield Bash Hotel almost sold out. The Aspire is sold out, Bob. We are, I think, 30 or 40 rooms left in the Eisenhower half. So get your room, folks. The thing is, when you can go to the link is on the wall. Once the Aspire link's probably gone already. She probably took that down, Angie, already. So it's probably just the Eisenhower. Get your room. You don't pay for it. Everyone has a feeling, I got to pay for my room now. No, what you're doing is you're reserving your room, and they're holding it for you. Pay when you arrive. I keep telling this every year. We did this with the Wyndham too. You don't have to pay now. So, yeah, Bob's correct. Enough said. That is true. So,
he's funny. I met Bob for the first time.
I love Bob,
and he's just great. I enjoyed talking to him.
Actually, I want to take Bob back up to a house back up in Greeley, PA. That's up in his area. I couldn't. That was my hot spot. This house. Huh?
That place you told me about?
Yeah, where I got all my EVPs from. Actually, Bob's been there. He's the only one from the paranormal field that I've brought there back in the day. And it's an old farmhouse. And my friend Roger owns it. And we went there, and I got so many EVPs. I had I call a wise guy spirit in staircases. They have a like 2-floor house. So you go up the staircase and you go up to the second floor. You just sit on that staircase. And I swear there's a vortex there. Good for you, Bob. I'm giving you a vortex shout out. But but anyway, I sat on that steps and I'd ask questions by myself. I had the whole house. It was like paranormal paradise in there where I'd ask EVPs, and every time I asked a question, I get an EVP back. It was really good. And I won the EVP, and I had this on, I think it's on Dark Illusions 2010, might be on there. But I had an EVP where I call him Jimmy. I gave him a name called Jimmy because every time I'd say, "Hey, Jimmy, can you talk to me?" He talked to me. So I sit on the steps and I said, "It's pretty sad you can't tell me your name." You know what he said back? Crystal clear, came right over EVP. That is sad. Exactly what he said to me. That is sad.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, I got so many good EVPs at that place. I got to get back up there. Definitely. Good times there. The film with Bob, we did a place called Daniel's Resort. That was another thing. And we had Anthony Romano was with us at the time, and we were all filming, and we were walking past the kitchen, and he said that the person in the kitchen, the crew would get scratched. And as soon as we started filming, we walked in there, and Anthony's arm got these big welts right down his arm. He turned the light switch on, and he goes, "Oh, my arm's burning!" And we put the camera on, and it was burning his arm. And I'm sure we can talk about this now, Bob, because they sold the place, and someone else has it now. But on the way out, we got a lot of good stuff in that place, EVPs and stuff. And there was like a lodge up there on the property. I think it had a moose head or something in it that we hung out in. Got some EVPs up there. I think it said over the radio, Scooby Doo and stuff like that, if I remember correctly. But we were coming back out, and we went through the kitchen again. As we're walking back, I had a camera in front of me and a camera behind me. And all of a sudden, my back went on fire. And they lifted my shirt up, and I had these scratches right down my back. And then I didn't start feeling not good. So Bob's like, "Get out, get out." He got me out of the building and stuff like that. And sure enough, I had these welts on my back. And Bob's like, goes to the owner, "We got some real good footage." And the owner says, "Oh, you're not playing that. What do you have us there for?"
Just to confirm,
yeah.
that was all done.
I mean, I don't know, but it was a great place. That place was great. We did a lot of places. We did Edgar Allan Poe together, Bob and I. We did Admiral Fell's Inn. A lot of we go way back, and just the places we've been to, I wouldn't trade for any of those good times we had. So, and we're still having in the future better times. So it's all about working together. Ideas, like I said, you got these 3 cons that are working really close to each other and there for each other and helping each other. And that's the way things need to be.
And strength the numbers.
And nothing's going to change that. So,
well, guys, let me do a commercial break to get our sponsors in there, because we haven't done that in a couple of days. And we'll be back. Give us just a second here.
not back because I'm hitting buttons.
There you go. We're hitting buttons. So that's why we're called Unplugged, because we never know what button we're pushing.
I know you're going that quick. I thought you were playing a couple of commercials.
I played the one commercial.
You played one, and all of a sudden I'm like, which one did you play? Oh yeah, you don't play the Bash now.
Yeah, we gotta make
that's
over. Some more commercials.
I gotta make more. See, we're behind, folks. Just a little bit.
Just a tad. I mean, there's just so much stuff going on. I mean, I just had the trial for my back, and that went well, and I'm waiting for that to happen. So I'm waiting to have the rest of the electronics put in my back. And
well, that's another thing. We don't have to click right off because we're not timed on this. Yeah. But the thing is, you had your back pro put in your back, and how'd that work for you?
I'll tell you what. The time that I had it done, I had it on Thursday, and I didn't take any medication. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday they took it out. I took medication Monday night. But it's like a TENS unit. If you know what a TENS unit is, it's electronics, and it's actually placed in the back.
Hi, Kyle.
It's like a spaghetti noodle that they put up in your back. So the new one that they're going to be doing, the one that's going to be permanently in place, is a paddle, and it goes up in your back. And basically, it's a battery impact pack that's put in your side, and it's Bluetooth, and what it does, it gives the power to your back, and it stops the pain from happening.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, I have not, in 5 years, I have not slept on my back. I slept on my back flat.
Uh-huh.
I slept on my stomach. I slept on my side. I felt good. I mean, I was not in any pain at all.
We can talk about that this weekend, Bob.
Yeah.
Just tuning in. How are you feeling, Kevin? There you go.
I am feeling good, except I'm waiting for this thing to get done. It'll be an in-outpatient day, 1-day patient thing, and I'll have it implanted. I'm just waiting for the insurance company to say, hey, we can do it. You know how that is.
Right.
Santa brings.
Since we have a 2-hour show, we were going to do an hour show, but if people still have questions, we'll stay on.
Yes.
If you guys have some ideas, believe me, the Bash works in different ways. We'd love to hear some of your ideas. If there was something you saw that you have an idea that might make it work a little better, I'm up for it. We're here to make these guys happy, so I'll listen to any ideas people have. That's pretty much how half the ideas came, is from people that come to the Bash and say, hey, listen, can we try this year? And hey, that's a great idea. So Santa's bring you an axe for Christmas this year, Kevin.
I can use it. I can use an axe. Halloween in July. Well,
we were thinking of change. We've asked that question. We know what we can do. We can do, like Eric's saying, we still have the Christmas in July, but we can do a Halloween in July, like around the pool or something like that. I mean, it does get hot around the pool, as everyone found that out. But we could do that. No lap dances, at least to my wife. I'm not even going there.
Stepping into the different realm, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. I know exactly where Bob's going with that. To me, I know Bob wasn't funny for you, but me, it just made me laugh every time it happened. I mean, to him it wasn't funny, but to me it was. If you're on the other side of the spectrum, it was a little funny. I mean,
spectrum.
Yeah, I see he's laughing now. It was a karaoke with something. I saw Bob on the stage. My nose itching. Don't mind. No, it's not doing drugs. My nose itches. I got allergies. It was funny with Bob because I could see in his eyes like, oh my God, how many more singers? How much longer we're going with this karaoke? I think we started at 10. I think we ended at 2 almost.
Hot dog eating contest.
There you go. There. Hey, Wes, that's great. You know what? I'm thinking I'm going to do that.
Do you want them cooked or uncooked?
No, I think I got a sponsor for the hot dogs. I know I can get sponsored for the hot dogs. So I think we're going to do that. I think that's a great idea. Yeah. I like that. I like that. See, ideas that come out like that. Well, boom.
Cool. I think the Halloween part would be pretty cool.
What's this? What about an old jail cage that we lock celebs in and donate them out to bail them out?
I've seen that before, where you turn around and lock them. You have a warrant out for their arrest. You pick them up, you put them in a cell, and they have to get people to donate money to let them out, a certain amount of money to donate them to get them out.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah.
See, some of these ideas are coming up. Did the air conditioning get shut off up here or something?
I don't know.
Because it's getting awfully hot.
It's awful moist up here.
Watch. The post is going to come up any second.
Yeah, no, it's going to come up. Oh, that's funny. Stacy says yes. You're not here, Stacy. So how do you know it's moist?
Where is the vent in this room?
I don't know.
I think it's over your head over there.
Yeah, it's over there. It's in the hallway.
This room don't have a vent.
There's one up there. Whatever.
Just put a fan in here. But
yes,
well, yeah, we're in Hawaii, Eric. Wish you could join us. I don't know what happened to you. I know you were on the plane. Probably got diverted from the hurricane.
See the dolphin back there, right there? Or is that's Pam? She's swimming.
That's Pam. That little yellow
dot right
yeah,
there.
that dot right there is Pam.
Hi, Pam. How you doing?
She fell off the boat. It's moist everywhere.
And we won't go down that way.
If I say any words anywhere, they get turned around. So
hey, Stacy, just wanted to point out, Stacy has a new podcast. She debuted it last night. You guys get in there. Stacy, put your name of your podcast up there because I forgot what it's called. But it was very good. She went into a bunch of things. She had Gary on there last night. Got a little information on Gary. I didn't know Gary was the UFOs. And
did you say Gary's with UFOs or he came off a UFO?
Well, that's debatable. We're still thinking. She's like, she's laughing. So, but
another thing that happened, which I want to mention, this has nothing to do with the bash, but we did a soft opening for the winery here at the historic Hoover House.
Woo-hoo.
We have become a winery for a place up in East Stroudsburg. The name will be mentioned real soon. It's already been put out there, but so that's happening here at the Hoover House. So we will be officially a winery soon.
And Stacy's podcast is the Rustic Spirit, and Gary is an alien. Just Stacy says.
There's also let me look at my phone here.
And the guys,
boy, my phone's not charging. Did you plug me in?
I plugged you. The winery, the wine, I've tasted it, is amazing. Just amazing.
We did. We had 115 people come through in 4 hours at the winery. It was like jam packed.
And we also have some food that we're serving in that time period too. So that's another thing.
Let me go here because I just posted this.
Sell moonshine at the
there is a well, that's us on here. I want to go to my page here.
Christmas cookies eating.
Oh, I got more text messages.
There's another one. Christmas cookie eating contest.
Now there's a I don't know if I have it on here or what. I thought I posted it. There's an event that Pam is doing over at the Aller House. And for those who've never been to the Aller House, that's the Historical Society over here in Waynesboro. You know the house.
Yep.
It's an amazing house. Great. We get a lot of EVPs at that place. A lot of stuff happens. We had the bell ding on our podcast. So, I'm probably going to go over there this weekend.
We have to do another podcast.
Just with a couple of friends and see what we can have happen over there. It decides. I got a couple of friends coming up this weekend. I don't know if they're going to want to just relax and hang out, which I'm all for. I may take them over to the caves, which I think that's going to be more fun. So if they want to go to the caves after this show is over, don't type in there now. Hit me up in the message later and we can talk about that. I can get us in the caves. Maybe that's a really cool place to go to.
I haven't been there yet.
Oh, we'll take you with us when we go.
But I think we should do another podcast from the Aller House.
But I think if you come here this weekend, you're gonna have to dance in your thing again.
Who?
The event Hoover, Stacy Lee, Wine and Witches.
Wine and Witches.
Wine and Witches.
Okay. That'd be interesting for the Hoover.
Well, when the winery has to be open first. We're waiting for the LCB right now, so when that comes through, that's almost done. So we're just waiting on that. I need a weekend into the borough.
You want to be in the borough?
Yeah, she loves it here.
Want to be in the borough? Why aren't you moving? Well, get out of where you're at, Stephanie. Come on.
Deb, I like wine. I'm not a big wine person. Pam and no, I'm getting brain farts now because I'm still tired from the bash. A lot of Pam's friends, let's put it that way, like wine. Because I go through a whole bunch of people.
You know what? Some of the wines don't even taste like wine.
Now Nancy.
Tastes like
Nancy Larson.
Grape
they love their wines.
It's amazing the flavor of that. Some of the wines I've tasted, a couple of them, and they're pretty good.
Oh, the wine, yeah. When we went up there and did the wine tasting, at the winery months ago to see, do we want the winery here or not? Are they the right fit? Went up, tested the wine up there, met with the owners and stuff like that. Amazing people, great people to work with. We have cornhole boards. Todd made them for us. The only thing about them, I was afraid someone to walk off with them. That's the only reason why I didn't bring the cornhole boards down, because the place is so big that, and plus it's hot. How many people are going to be out in that heat?
Actually, do an inside contest.
Could do it inside. Yeah, we can put cornhole contest inside. It's another good idea, Felicia. Maybe do a cornhole contest inside, put a couple of boards up, and do it in one of the. Depends how much room we got in the Well, we actually could do it because we got to leave room open for the wrestlers. For the for half that ballroom with the Aspire, we still left over for the wrestlers to put the rink in. So we could always, if the rink comes in Saturday, we could always do a cornhole tournament on Friday in there and do that. You're getting some good ideas here, Pamela. We got some. Wes came up with a real good one. No, Wes, we can't do a moonshine event. Oh, at the Hoover. All right, I thought he meant the Bash. Actually, I had a moonshiner that might come to the Bash next year. I'm in contact with him. He couldn't make it this year, but it's a friend of mine. Hot dog eating contest.
And also we have a cookie.
Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Yeah, maybe get Oscar Mayer. We get a hold of them and we
you
get
also
them
have
in
a
there.
Cookie eating contest.
I'm in that
I mean, Wes says he loves wieners, so
Christmas cookie eating
He even
contest.
said it. And then Stacy said for the Hoover wine, witches and wine. Let's see what else they got here. Scroll down here.
oh, Eric had an idea too. Eric said, "How about Halloween in July?"
Halloween in July.
I told him, "Well, we have the Christmas in July because I don't want to take away from Dana's Pink Wishes, but if we do, why can't we do a Halloween July party around the pool?"
Absolutely.
So, or make the dinner or whatever we do this year
Why
a
don't we
Halloween
We were gonna do a cocktail party, so we'll do a
Halloween themed cocktail party.
yeah. So what Halloween theme do we want to do? A witches cocktail party?
No, let them come at anything they want. Anything they want to come at.
Dressed as a costume.
Yeah, just like a regular Halloween. Come in where you want. I want 50,000 witches running around because Kevin as a witch would be scary as crap.
I'm not a witch. I'm a bitch. Get it right.
So, but I think we did. I think we just went around with any costume, like your Michael Myers and
Stephanie is saying you should have a Halloween contest.
yeah, we're gonna do that. I think that's gonna be thrown in there. Do it around the fire pit area. I'd say I wasn't out there by the fire pit. Never even saw the fire light up. Also, poolside, but not just karaoke, Christmas time, maybe a costume party, holiday
think-
bake off.
I think when we do our karaoke contest, it needs to be Christmas songs, Christmas karaoke.
That'd be
We've never
interesting.
done it.
That'd be interesting. Ghost hunting and
See, Susan, you got a great idea there with the Christmas cookie eating contest, but I'm diabetic, so I'd want to
they have sugar free.
I want to go in. Let's say made all sugar. Yeah, but then you got that. What's that?
Aspartame.
Yeah, aspartame in there.
Yeah,
That's
you're doing
just
the
that's
other
even
end.
worse for you.
I like that Christmas cookie eating.
How about a brownie eating contest? I could do the best brownies. I love brownies. Brownies would be good.
That's still sugar.
So still.
Judge.
Judge. So that's what it was, Susan. You want to judge.
Bonfire was huge. Whose body did they hide?
Well, we got to figure out for wood. We might want to go back over where we got the wood from, and if there's any more over there, and grab that now. Why? Because they went through all that wood.
Yeah. That was a
Just
lot.
stack
That
it.
was a lot of
And
pallets.
just stack it over here for now, and then we have it.
I'm sure they're going to have pallets because he's always getting stuff in over there.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we can get them.
Well, we can always go and ask them for 'em.
Yeah.
So
That was trippy taking that wood out there.
yeah, Felicia can make brownies. I guess just watch who makes the brownies too. You don't know.
Make sure there's no special.
Yeah, special
brownie.
ingredients in the brownies.
It'd be a different type of brownie eating contest.
I don't know why I'm eating all these brownies all of a sudden. God, I can't stop eating them. But
10,000 pizzas.
she said the bonfire. I guess was it a huge success, the bonfire, Stephanie, or the fire was huge? Like you're saying the word huge. I mean, was it like huge flames or?
Stephanie was saying to do a trick or treat auction. That'd be interesting.
I'm loving these ideas. I mean,
There's
this is how the bash worked.
Both.
Both. So it was both. So yeah, it was something that they were allowed to do this year that they couldn't do at the Wyndham was having the bonfire there, which
Such
I
a
guess
big
people really
space.
enjoyed it.
Such a big space. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
We're having more living history next year. We're having a whole unit there. from
The whole
North
unit's going to be
Carolina.
there next year.
Yeah, we're having a whole unit.
So living history unit's going to be there next year.
Yeah.
That's going to be crazy. A massive.
How about a mask party where you can't even tell who the person is
So a
behind it?
masquerade.
Yeah, like a masquerade party. I like Susan's idea here. You have a masquerade party, but wear a glow in the dark party. Glow in the dark parties, insurance reasons. I have to stay away from that. I love the idea, but someone tripping, falling, getting hurt, I'd rather have the lights on. Can you rent a bounce house type disco tent? I've never seen one of those.
They might have one.
I could check with Dylan and see if he has one of those. Definitely.
Oh, the table. Oh,
I guess that would have lights going all through it, and
one of the ideas is doing a trick or treat for each table, so guests can trick or treat too.
it was 10 feet high to fire at one time. There was all those damn pallets on there.
Well, did you see the wood it was on there before we got there? There was a bunch of trees.
Yeah.
Else there. I mean, there was a ton of wood on there.
And I'll tell you another person. See, I'm sitting there thanking. Angie and Sam were amazing for everything they did at that venue for us. Everything they worked with us on that venue. Everything they did for the veterans. They are the owners of the hotel and stuff like that. And just amazing what they did for us. And I'm glad I stayed on here for a little longer. I told them to forget people. You're still tired. This is probably the longest time it's taken me to recover from doing this because of everything else that's going on and just tired.
You're getting old.
Yeah, and I'm getting old and forgetful.
Pam, do you know how many hotel rooms are left?
When I checked last week, we had 40, and then our fife and drummers came in
Took
and
10, right?
gobbled up 20.
20.
So I'm believing that there's about 20.
So Pam thinks there are about 20 rooms left.
India Eisenhower.
The
So
Eisenhower.
because the fifes and drummers took 20 of them. So don't wait.
Don't we love our fife and drummers? They're so amazing.
That was amazing. You know, it's the first time I've seen that.
Again,
that was amazing.
Those
again,
kids are amazing.
the bash, get your room. You do not get charged for it. You get charged when you show up. So you book it now, you reserve it now.
That was the ghost of Pam, Wes. She's floating around.
Oh, yeah. She's behind the camera over there.
Wes, you know you miss me, buddy.
I'm telling you, Wes was supplying me with them Coronas. I'm glad he drinks the same thing I do, pretty much, because I was like, he said, "You want a Corona?" I'm like, "Oh boy, you don't know how bad I could use a Corona right now," because I was just like, I just wanted to rest. I had gone from Monday to Saturday night, and I was so beat, and that was like my nightcap. Since I drank that, it was like good sleep.
Like, yes, I was looking for Steve. I was like, "Where'd Steve go? Where'd Jonathan go? They're both gone."
Yeah, Anthony Flip and all those guys were out there in the celebrity bartending, and I just couldn't keep my eyes open. I was just so drained and tired.
It took a village. You know, the bash is everyone has an involvement, and without everyone involved, without that piece of the puzzle, it wouldn't be the same.
I think it ran pretty smooth. I mean, there was fires we had to put out. We understand that, but we get that every time we do an event, you have issues that come up, and you can't expect to do an event and have it run perfectly.
There were no big
Thing.
issues.
No, I'm not saying anything was big. I'm just saying, but it was twice or even 3 times the size of the window, that we had to cover.
Yeah.
And it was, believe me, I was worried near the end. I was getting worried as time got closer, and Jim Houston's giving us that countdown like he does every year. We got like 2 hours left, and
we have to get him a countdown.
And I want to thank you for bringing everything over with the other trailer, which worked out great. Having 2 trucks bringing everything over instead of 1 truck. So both trailers got pulled over there at the same time, which was really good. That worked out great. Actually, we had 3 trailers there.
It's not a problem. That's what we're here out to help. It's like I told you.
And Stephanie's got another idea, like a treasure hunt. That place is huge that you could do a treasure hunt in there. We did that on the ship when we did our cruise. We had the paranormal people on there, and they had to go around to all. Now you have 13 floors on the ship to hide stuff, so it could be a little. It took a long time, put it that way, to go through it. Maybe next time I ever did that on a ship, I'd put it to 1 floor, like we're just on level 1 or something like that.
Scavenger hunt.
Yeah, scavenger hunt.
That's so much fun.
Yeah, scavenger hunts are fun.
That.
Oh, did you tell everyone that we're gonna have a map?
Yes.
Yeah, they know the map has happened. All right, Susan sent me a bouncy house and sent it to me, so I will look at that. And as I go through all my other lovely messages that are popping up on my phone.
bounced up with a. I got. a bunch
I'm
of
just
stuff on
checking
my
it
phone,
right
too.
now here.
Got messages
I don't know.
yesterday.
What's going on with my phone? Why it's not charging? Battery power. Charge your phone. You didn't pull my?
I didn't pull anything.
Did you even plug me
I
in?
plugged you in.
You guys are like two married people.
That's how
No.
come we get along so well.
Yeah, but look, my phone's
I
almost
don't
dead.
know.
Look,
It's-
watch when I plug it in. Look, it doesn't give me that green circle.
Well, here, let me see. Let me see it. Doesn't reach. I'm gonna plug it back. Let me take a look.
Just in case someone tries calling me here, I can't
He's at 10%. He's losing.
make him
Aww.
play him as Mr.
Stevie.
Maybe you got me in a bad plug over there.
I don't know. Do you have a bad plug?
I don't know. Is that one of my boxes? Plug me into the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
What
out
is this, like Seinfeld?
No soup for
There
you.
it goes.
No soup for you.
So remind me tomorrow to change that that box. Yeah, now I'm charging. Okay, I'm good now. Now I can get your messages.
Oh man.
I was riding at
Like
the
working with the
Bastion, the car out in front, Steve, and the trailer as well on the way in.
Hey guys, what do you think about that trailer? The wrap on that trailer. I mean that. I think
Yeah,
that's
that's
amazing.
CY Chad over here did a great job graphic on that thing. They donated that graphic for the veterans. They put that on there for the bash. He also did the backdrop for us, the step and repeat. Excellent job on that. And what I like about that step and repeat, it's cloth. It's not
Yeah.
vinyl. So when you wrap it up and you unfold it, there's no wrinkles.
Or
And
cracks.
our old ones, yeah, we had the one we had for years was totally disintegrating, so we had to get a new one. And that one, I just loved the artwork on it. It was
Did you already mention what it's gonna be next year, Pam? Did you already put that out there? Your shirts and stuff. Did you already talk about that yet?
No, I didn't reveal that yet.
Okay. So I'm not saying a word. That's why I ask. Don't you put your hand in front of my face, boy.
I'm gonna do a scavenger hunt, a small donation for the bash to participate. That'll work.
What are you gonna scavenge?
I would keep it into one, like localize an area, like either keep it in just the Eisenhower.
We did not even have our snowball.
Yeah, we have our. You know how many lights we had? How many lights were still in the room that didn't get up? I mean,
It was beautiful.
it was nice the way it came out. We'll get more lights up next year.
Yeah, I think it was beautiful. I think it was perfect.
Well, it was I think the whole thing was trying to make everyone fit in the vending room is what threw us off course. Now we know how to do it. Now we know how it is, and now we have the new vending room opening up the other vending room, which makes it a lot better. So
How many people did you actually have at people selling stuff this year? How many people? Do you know offhand?
I'd have to look.
yes, you have to.
I have it all. Yeah, it's all in my file.
So it's
Um,
probably more next year.
We had the same this year as we did last year. The thing was, it looked like a lot more people because we had 8 feet tables instead of 6 feet half tables. Remember?
Yeah.
We had those little half
West
tables.
of 185.
185.
I wish.
We wish we had 185. But
But I'll tell you what, I won't stop taking tables now since I.
well, yeah, you're gonna until we find out how many tables there are.
Yeah.
Because we did run into that problem. We didn't know how many tables the hotel had. So
Did you go digging up on the beach? Did you find any bones?
Chuckles had to join us here.
You had to come. Pam's voice you hear, she's throwing it from that little dot way out in the beach there, out in the water. She's throwing it from there. So how's the
Chuckles, how
water,
many
Pam?
people saw Chuckles there? Because I saw him when I went to bed. But he was roaming around. He was making his appearance. He didn't get to sign doggy autographs. He will next year have his own. We'll put him in his own chair.
Did you see
Sit him at his own
I'm
table.
about to send you that picture of that Hawk Tui girl. She has a dog that looks just like Chucky on there.
Really?
I was like, Chucky, you got to stop hanging out with these people like that, man.
As long as he doesn't go Hawk Tui, we'll be all right. How about the Nightmare Before Christmas
They-
theme?
West
That's
Hawk
been
Sea.
said to us already. Someone's come up with that Nightmare Before Christmas. Actually, it was Brooke Snooks. She came up with that. there's other ideas. I got Halloween. I got that. We could do Nightmare Before Christmas theme. It's still Christmas this year.
Could do that.
So I'll talk to Pam about that later on today or tomorrow or whatever. And think maybe no, it's still Christmas in July, but it's just Nightmare Before Christmas. So that's what Brooks Nooks told me that a while ago about when we do that. So something I haven't forgotten.
The clash of Halloween and Christmas. Yeah, that'd be interesting. That could be fun. A pirate night. R.
There is a another event that does pirates already. So I like being different. They've been doing it for years too. So I would do something a little different. I know Wes would say, how about a mugging night? Mugging night. Steal someone's beer. Give me your beer. So
I really, really enjoyed being involved in this with you guys. I mean, it really was neat to see everything that went on. You guys running around like crazy out there.
We should do a different theme for each night by the pool. The thing is, Steph, will they stay by the pool? I mean, it's hot in there. I did see a lot of people go to the bonfire though, which is hotter. That's the only reason why I probably didn't go. One, I forgot totally about the bonfire because it was so hot. I'm like, who's going to go out and start a bonfire? I never thought about it.
But you did have good weather. Had very good weather.
Well, they were doing the Ghosts with Smokes.
Yeah. Or
Smokes with Ghosts, whatever. And
was that at the bonfire?
That was held off at first because it was daylight. And when they were scheduled during daylight hours, and I talked to the guys. I said, "Are you guys still doing it?" And they said, "Well, we're going to hold off." And I guess they ended up doing it at the bonfire because they got it done. Yeah, they did do it. Again, I was running down by wrestling and getting that all working. Now the fireworks didn't happen. The reason why we didn't do that because the ground was so dry, and we haven't had rain for such a long time. We did not want to set anything on fire and be responsible for a field or someone's property catching fire. So that didn't happen. If we have rain next year, we do have the fireworks saved. So we'll just set them off next year. They're in a good storage area, so we're not have to worry about that.
Yeah, because it was
outside karaoke would be fine, but again, you're in the heat, and then it's a matter of bringing chairs, telling everyone to bring their chairs from home, setting them outside somewhere in the parking lot. Then we have to bring the sound system out there, which means I take Don and his wife outside, and they have to set up all the karaoke. And we don't have power outside. If you notice, that building has no outlets on the outside of it, so there would be no power. So it's just best to do it in the pool area. There's seating there. People can relax, cool off. If it gets hot, jump in the pool. So we could do a 1950s Christmas party. Tinsel tree multi. That's another thing. I was a little shocked. Anyone that had a room around the pool, we were pulling a contest for best decorated deck around the pool and room around the hotel. I didn't see anyone really decorate their rooms. We'll push for that this year. We'll advertise it again and see who wants to get involved in that. And then if they do, maybe we'll have a list. And then when they get there, they can let us know what room they're in so we can go judge it. And they can win a gas card or something like that. So
that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, so they had the Ghost with Smokes. No fire was there. Thankfully, it was hot. Yeah, so
that's cool though. I mean, looked like a lot of people were having a lot of fun. Especially at like the celebrity bartending and stuff like that. there's a lot of fun going on there. The karaoke. it
Well, they
looked
said to Wes, Wes, we'll talk to everyone that's out by the fire and just say, hey, you just got to be respectable about, the neighborhood. I mean, you are there. There is people that live in the condos in the back. So you guys, when you had the bonfire, you are facing those condos. And I can see the music traveling, people yelling, hooting, hollering, and stuff like that once they start drinking a lot. Just be respectful. That's all I ask people. Just be respectful around the fire. That's all. I didn't get complained. I didn't hear a complaint about it. I don't know if they complained to the office, but I didn't get a complaint on that. Again, for those who are watching, if you do come into the pool area again next year, do not bring glass in. No glass is allowed in the pool area.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, celebrity bartending will happen again. That was really, really, really good.
you guys spent a lot of money on that celebrity bartending. That's the first year you guys have done that.
The
right?
girls also, the Peaches
Yeah.
worked their butts off on that auction. I mean, they worked their butts off on that. They were there for days and days and days collecting for those that auction, and that was their idea to do the auction that way this year, which I think worked really, really good. It was fair. You put your ticket in each thing that you wanted to win, and if you got picked, you won it. And I thought that was very, very fair, and I liked the idea.
I know my wife won a wreath, a Halloween wreath, so she was very happy with that.
Yes, I was guilty of the glass. I'm gonna put a sign up up there. That's not your fault, Steph. I should have had a sign out there saying no glass, do not enter with glass, and that would have stopped that. One on each end, because you do have the hallway where John came walking through, that far back area. Should have a sign up there too.
The Peaches one.
The West said the Peaches won most of the prizes. The Peaches brought the prizes.
Pam, is there anything you want to announce on here for the Hoover? Anything going on? Do you have any events happening that you want to? Oh, okay.
I mean, we've got Monterey Pass coming up. We've got the Aller House coming up. We've got a metaphysical at the end of the month coming up. So everything is.
Yeah, but do we have one at the Aller House this month? It is this month. Okay.
Everything's on both of the pages with times and dates.
Okay.
So, guys, check out the pages on Facebook, and Pam has it all on there. This way, you guys can reach out, and if you want to get involved in that, some of the neat things going on.
All right. I say we wrap this up.
Yeah.
I'm still catching up on rest. So
He's old.
yeah, Pam. My wife. I don't know how she keeps going. This girl does not stop. She's like the Energizer bunny. That's just the batteries never die. She just goes boom, 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 boom. I'm like, I come home. I'm like, I can keep my eyes open. I'm like, I'm taking naps now. I had to take a nap today. You saw me.
Took a nap today.
I had to take a nap.
Where's Steve? He's
No.
sleeping.
But yeah,
Yeah.
never.
Pam's slipping.
I had taken. Well, my sugar was up, so I have an excuse for that. So my sugar went up, and when your sugar goes up, that makes you tired and makes you lethargic. And I had to close my eyes.
Always lethargic.
I fell asleep for a half hour. That was it. So yeah, Wes, I know you gotta get back down here. I gotta get up to Canada. But Pam needs a passport, I think, to get over there, right? Yeah. I don't think Real ID works you over.
They let you out of the state.
I love Canada. Canada is.
I have a
so
passport.
nice.
I don't think Pam doesn't have a passport yet. She's got to get one.
Let's just get a passport. Man, see how she is.
Can we just put her in the trunk? Do they check your trunk when you go over the border?
They hear muffling noises. Yeah.
Can we stick her in the engine compartment? They won't look under there, right?
Where's Pam?
Tire underneath the car. They stick mirrors under your car when you go there. That's what used to happen to me when I went and worked on the X-ray. Excuse me. I worked for Picatinny Arsenal in Jefferson Township, New Jersey. So when I went through their security with my van, they have these mirrors. They stick the mirrors underneath your car. You're looking for everything. I mean, they go through everything in your van. All my compartments. They search the whole darn van. Then they allow you in. And they say, okay, you can move forward to go. Eventually, through time, the guards got to know me because I was the only one that would go there and work on this equipment. I wouldn't be. I'd still be searched. They would not let you through without searching you. But not as bad. Like, it was. I mean, this is like you were waiting for a full body search as the way they were going through there, make sure, because they build special devices there. I can't ever talk about what they build there because I guess when you sign that paper, it's for life.
They make things that you're not supposed to talk about,
right? But those things are things that they have to X-ray to make sure they work. So that's why I was there working on that equipment. Still have a valid passport after Corona smuggling over the Mexican border. Yeah, right. Corona, it says Canada on it. I don't know if that's legal to have over here. Or...
He has the better stuff because stuff they come to America, they pee in it. So.
Well, that's funny because when he came, he's like, "Oh, the Corona bottles say Canada on them." I'm like, "They make Corona in Canada?"
Yeah,
yeah, I know that. And it was something you learn each day. So. All right. I'd love to sit here and chat, but I'm ready. I'm done.
Our first show back.
Yep.
We'll get other ones in the can coming up here shortly. We'll figure out what we're going to do and we'll post it out there. But guys, thanks for following along. Thanks for coming to the bash. Thanks for listening to everything this week.
And whenever you see a veteran, please thank them.
Yep. All right, guys. Good night. We'll see you next time.